Hey everyone, welcome to day 8 of the 14 Lines in 14 Day series. Today we're checking out the T8 Airport and South Line. Starting from Central, in this vlog today we'll be checking out Narwee first, followed by East Hills, then Holsworthy. This is probably one of my favourite videos in the series so far that I've filmed, as I just genuinely really enjoy the T8 line and also I love how fast it is. I'm just waiting for an all stations Revesby service that should be coming around the corner any second, which I'll be catching to Narwee station before checking out the station there to see what there is.
The train on platform 23 goes to Revesby via airport stations. First stop Green Square, then Mascot Domestic Airport, International Airport, Walleye Creek, Turella, and then all stations.
Good afternoon everyone, this is an all-station service to Revesby via airport stations, stopping at Green Square, Mascot Domestic Airport, International Airport, Walleye Creek, and then all stations to Revesby. Next stop, Green Square.
Next stop, Green Square.
Thanks to the power of editing, we're already out at Bexley North. For those wondering why I didn't record in the Airport Link tunnel, it's a tunnel.
It was a good lesson. It was a good lesson because I was like,
Next
I
stop,
wish I did more
Narwee.
with Fenella. I wish I did more with Fenella. And when you don't have a director who's telling you, that was day one. That was my first scene.
And here we are at Narwee Station. Narwee Station, I must say, first impressions, is a very curved station, and from what I understand is the most curved station on the T8 line, as you can also get some incredible shots of the Express line trains coming past. However, because of my luck, there was an M-set that was supposed to be going past, or should I say, Millenniebug, that was going towards Macarthur. However, it was cancelled due to urgent train repairs, and I was going to try and get an incredible shot of it going around the corner, but, well, I couldn't. For those wondering where Narwee Station is located on the T8 line, as many don't actually even know the station exists to be honest, Narwee Station is located from Turella, Bardwell Park, Bexley North, Kingsgrove, Beverly Hills, Narwee, then Riverwood, Padstow and Revesby. So it is located towards the end of the all station service between Riverwood and Beverly Hills. All stations between Walleye Creek and Macarthur are serviced every 15 minutes, except for Revesby, which is technically serviced every 7 minutes if you count in 2 trains per 15 minutes, as you have both the all stations and also the express services now changing to all station services towards Macarthur. But from stations between Turella and Padstow and between Panania and Macarthur, services run every 15 minutes all day. However, there is a plan to change this possibly to 10 minutes in the future. An interesting fact that not many knew about the T8 line is that the line between Turella through to Revesby used to just be 2 tracks. However, in the early 2000s, ahead of the Olympics, the line between Walleye Creek / Turella and Kingsgrove was upgraded to 4 tracks, and about 10 years ago, the line between Kingsgrove and Revesby was upgraded to 4 tracks. There was a plan to upgrade the line between Revesby and Glenfield, however this never ended up happening, and there are no plans slated so far for an extension of the 4 tracks all the way through to Glenfield, and honestly I don't think it will ever happen. Now with all that info dumping done, it's now time to take a look at the rest of Narwee Station. One cool thing about this station is that this sign here is a nod to its history of when Narwee used to just be 2 tracks instead of 4.
Platform. Doors opening. Domestic Airport. Mascot. Green Square. Central. This station is Narwee.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Alright, it's now time to head towards Revesby, where I'll be changing for an all-station service towards Macarthur, where I'll then be getting off at East Hills, which is the actual least used station on the line despite it being in the line's name.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Now arriving at Revesby where this service will end, please all out. Don't forget your personal belongings and enjoy the rest of your day.
The train on platform 4 goes to Macarthur. First stop Panania, then East Hills, Holsworthy, Glenfield, then all stations to Campbelltown, and then Macarthur.
And we're now arriving at East Hills. A quick fun fact before we arrive at the station: for those wondering why the line is named after East Hills, it is actually because the service used to terminate at East Hills many years ago in the 20th century. That was then when services were extended towards Campbelltown and Macarthur, with an additional station at Holsworthy being added for the nearby Holsworthy Barracks. Thank you for your service, Australian military, by the way. And anyways, we will be taking a look at that station a bit later, so not too much for me to talk about there, but it's now time to take a look at East Hills Station. Firstly, let's see our train off.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
Alrighty, let's take a look at East Hill Station, one of the most confusing stations on the T8 line, I must say. For those wondering, yes, these lifts are somewhat new, as the station was upgraded a number of years ago, adding in more accessibility to the station, such as lifts and ramps.
Going down. Doors closing. Please mind the doors. Ground floor. Doors opening.
Upon walking out of the lift, I discovered an incredible mural which was about all the stories of the river that goes past East Hills, so feel free to pause the video at certain points whilst I take a very slow look at the entire wall of everyone's stories of, well, the area of East Hills. It's very fascinating. Now, hopefully just this shot alone is able to justify why East Hills is the least used station on the T8 line. We're now walking alongside Platform 1, which is rarely used, only really used during track work, and only used once a day on weekdays, not sure about weekends, and is primarily just to turn trains around at East Hill Station instead of using the line down towards Glenfield, Campbelltown or Macarthur. Whilst admiring the platform, I reminded myself to stay firmly behind the yellow line just in case A42 happens to come around the corner, if you know what I mean. I then proceeded to walk down the platform to check out the ramp, which I had no idea even existed until the moment that, well, I saw it. One thing I should also add is that it appears the people of East Hills have never seen a train spotter before, so I hope they enjoyed my presence. Despite East Hills being the least used station, it is definitely the second most complex concourse on the entirety of the T8 line. Town Hall takes the number one spot, as it took some time for me to actually understand where the hell I was. Whilst waiting for that city-bound train to creep around the corner, this crow here appeared to be quite hungry and was about to become someone else's food if it didn't move out of the way.
Reedsby, Walleye Creek International Airport, Domestic Airport, Mascot, Green Square, Central, Museum, St. James, Circular Quay, Wynyard and Town Hall.
This station is East Hills.
Please mind the gap between the train. Doors closing. Please stand clear.
And after a quick 2-minute ride, we're now arriving at our final station for the video, Holsworthy.
This station
Holsworthy Station, as mentioned before, was built a bit later after the line was already built towards Glenfield and was added primarily for the Holsworthy Barracks, which is where the Australian Army trains for, well, their missions. I managed to find a great vantage point on the end of this ramp to film the next city-bound train arriving on Platform 1. Alright, it's now time to walk over this glass footbridge just here and take a very quick look at the humongous car park. So I ended up roaming around off camera a little longer and decided to head back to the station as well. My train was literally 3 minutes away. I am very good at time management. And here's my train back towards the city to then head home. This train actually started early from Glenfield due to urgent train repairs. Yes, this was the same train that got cancelled that I was not able to see at Narwee earlier a few hours ago at the time of recording this video. So it was actually very empty inside and it was a really enjoyable ride all the way through towards the city. Obviously, I didn't record it as well, going back on the same track I've already gone on. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thank you all so much for watching day 8 of the series, and I hope you all enjoyed it. By the way, please make sure you consider donating to Aspect Australia, which is the fundraiser that we are raising money for, which basically helps people of all ages around Australia to live with autism. It's a great charity, and I highly recommend donating to it. We're just $100 away from reaching our goal of $1,000, so I would really appreciate it even if you just donated a few dollars, as it could really help reach our goal of $1,000. I'll see you all tomorrow for day 9, and thank you all so much for watching.